I have chronic migraines, so I have a migraine at least once a week that lasts about a day or two. And I also have joint pain in my back and a lot of stiffness in general in my body. It started after a car accident in 2008. I started getting these migraines. I was hit from behind and knocked unconscious. And so ever since then, I've had migraines. I was brought to the emergency room to where I had x-rays done. There wasn't a lot of follow-up. I really had to take my own initiative to seek care. So I saw a variety of doctors at that time, basically just a regular caregiver doctor and acupuncture and massage therapy. And so basically they were treating me for muscle spasms and for migraines. I found Lois Steinberg just by sure luck. So I decided to go take a workshop with her and try out her classes. And I tried out her classes at first, just regular classes, not really connecting with her about the migraines right away. I just attended some teacher trainings. At that time, I was going up for Introductory 1 certification. So I had stuck with the yoga, and it helped me have a focus during my pain. So I was very happy to be able to find Lois. After a while, we started tracking how I would feel before and after class. So casually, she would say, "How are you doing today?" And I would tell her, and then she would check in after class. And we started talking about we both started paying attention to what poses might make me flare up. So if I would come in the next day and I'd be flared up, then we started saying, maybe, and especially me, I would always reflect that evening or the next day, okay, what poses did we do? And that's kind of how I started realizing and learning how to practice through our communication and tracking what started working and what positions might be aggravating. We would try sequences out, and then we would address how we felt at the end of class. And all this is written down, so we can always go back and look. And we knew something was going on with me because I would have these major flare-ups. And I'd gone to many doctors since 2008 was my accident. And Lois and I went to India in this past year, so 2015. And doctors just kept saying, you have migraines, you have the neurological problem, maybe some brain issues from concussions and things. So Lois, we talked about having me be her roommate in India, because there was room, and to see a doctor there, specifically to see if he could find anything else of the puzzle that was missing. She's known this doctor for a very long time. He's a spinal surgeon, and he's the owner of Nayak Hospital in Pune. And he had me talk a little bit about my pain. Lois talked a little bit too about how just my symptoms, how I felt very stiff, even though I'd been practicing yoga so long, and how I'd have these flare-ups. And so our conversation was not long, and he had me sit down on the table, and he just put his hand on my spine and felt it and said, "You have ankylosing spondylitis." And I heard Lois say, "That's it, she does." And we both actually lit up because we felt that this was an aha moment for us. This is a disease that they believe I was born with. But sometimes most people, well, at the Institute, I was told that some people or most people it flares up with a trauma. And then all of a sudden a trauma will happen, and then the ankylosing spondylitis flares up. So I believe that's what's been going on with me. After that, the doctors in India encouraged me to move more, because before I was told to rest and take these medicines that will make you sleep, and now I know I have to move. And now I've been moving more, and I've actually felt a lot better. Now she's helped me create a toolbox where I can pull poses from depending on how I'm feeling that help me, whether it be help me emotionally or just calm my nervous system down or get me moving again. Personally, my favorite book is her neck and shoulder book. I use that a lot, and I recommend that for anybody who has migraines or spine pain in general. I've used that book for years. And she also has a cancer book, which has a really good chapter for brain health, which has also helped my nervous system, doing poses from the cancer book. I take medicine when I have a bad migraine, and unfortunately my migraines do still happen about once a week. Sometimes I can go a whole month, but they're still chronic. But I have not been in the hospital in over a year, which is the longest I've pretty much ever gone. So that just right there tells me that I'm improving. I'm always so amazed at the support of the senior teachers, even any of the Iyengar yoga community, because I am encouraged to adapt poses. And I still feel that I'm accepted at a workshop or at a teacher training, even though I don't feel good. I've learned I don't have to hide it. I can communicate that with the teachers and even the other people there, and everyone is just very, very supportive. It's very interesting when we do yoga and we are presented with a health condition, because when I'm in class, I am so focused that it gives me a focus that's beyond pain. And so there are times where it's so wonderful because I am so razor focused, and it's almost that time where I can set that aside and I can be free and I can be creative and I can just focus on myself and grow. And then there are other times where I do have to sit and confront, my situation and be brave and calm myself down and just be in that mode of acceptance. And so there's this very interesting balance that happens throughout class. And so now I'm at the point where I'm learning, when to do each one and, balancing that. So having time of acceptance and then having that time of surrender and freedom. And that brings me, that's where all the beautiful philosophy can come into the therapy, which the real yoga happens.